Well, there are 4 all-star caliber players in this series. Unfortunately for the Oklahoma City Thunder, the 2 best have been the guards of the Portland Trail Blazers. Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, incredibly consistent, big-time shot makers, and they've taken over in Oklahoma City the last 2 games in that pivotal third quarter. And it's really blown coverages on the part of Oklahoma City. And you can't have these kind of mistakes against great players, particularly when they get it going. And right here, Steven Adams is coming out, and he's looking right at the action. It almost looks like he's worried about Lillard beating Paul George to the baseline, but you've got to help back here in Jeremy Grant. So if you're Steven Adams, you really only have one responsibility. As this screen is being set, it is incumbent against a guy like Lillard. You have got to be above the screen, ready to give help. Paul George will have his feet in this direction. And now you've got a chance to get the ball contained right here on the sideline and make Lillard give it up. Instead, as Lillard comes off, look how late Adams is. Lillard's looking right at him. You've basically got 9 feet of separation. That's too much for a great player. Once he gets it going, he continues to roll. Similar story with CJ McCollum. He comes up here, you're going to get the switch. Raymond Felton now picks up McCollum. Not a problem there, but if you're Raymond Felton, you've got to understand, this pick is being set at about 28 feet. Here is Nerlens Noel. He's in great position to get over here and help you. So if you're Raymond Felton, you have got to get your feet repositioned here. You cannot allow McCollum to cross you up. Force the basketball toward half court, get it out of his hands. Instead, watch what happens. McCollum crosses him up, stop, look at all that space. CJ McCollum with a wide open look, 14-point deficit is about to climb right here. You get there late, you get your feelings hurt. Portland's guards incredibly poised, making big-time shots, and now Oklahoma City is in a deep hole. They had more than their share of open shots in this one. They couldn't knock it down. Portland has a chance to close this thing out at home.
Excuse myself from the table. I'd have to say, may I please be excused after dinner? Now, Russ and Paul, they weren't nice to the media the other day. You saw that.
I did.
John, would you please tell me if OKC had good manners towards Portland Sunday?
Well, first, since it would be impolite of me to just say next question.
Thank you.
I will tell you that, yeah, probably a little too nice, at least defensively. A Game 4 between the Thunder and Blazers in OKC. Portland up 2-1. Damian Lillard just looks like he's going to a job interview, rolling in. Instead, he's just going to work. Put on his short pants. Westbrook, 3, got it. But just 5 of 21 shooting for Westbrook. He's yakking. He's trying to get his team fired up. Still in the first half. Lillard, so with a $1:16 left in the second, he makes his 46, and then they got really good. Lillard, he was an inferno again in the third. Deep over Westbrook. I mean, just a little okey-doke, and Cantor gets in there and frees him up. Couple of trips later, another screen, bang, sure. Oh, Lillard, 14 of 21 on 3-pointers this postseason from 26 feet away or farther.
Unbelievable.
It's farther, not further. Keep chucking. Oh, first we had an easy one. Off a turnover, the steal. The flush, and then Lillard. One more time, I tell you what, whatever the speech Terry Stotts gave at halftime was a good one.
Yeah.
And, of course, he played there at OU, Sooners, for 4 seasons. Lillard, 40 points combined in the third quarter, the last 2 games, 15 in this one. Here's Paul George. No, that's going the other way now. CJ McCollum's got it. McCollum will just stop there because that's today's NBA. You can just stop and take a 3. Team high 27 for him. It's 10-point lead with 3 minutes to go. McCollum in the painted area. OKC tried to push back a little, just did not have it. Lillard 24 again, McCollum 27. Blazers win Game 4. They're up 3-1, 111-98. Winners talk first.
You know, you don't just become the 3rd seed, luckily, especially 2 times in a row. You know, last year our performance wasn't great in the playoffs, but I think we showed a lot by backing it up this year and getting the 3rd seed again. We accept the responsibility for, you know, our past 2 playoff performances, and we moved on. And, you know, we having a better run now. We just got to finish it.
We got swept last year. It was really embarrassing, and everybody talked about it. It was on TV every day. I went on TV, and they talked about us getting swept. They talked about me getting traded. Talked about, you know, how we can't win together, you know, all that stuff. We remember it. And we understand that feeling of going home early. You know, I was able to, fortunately, you know, able to fly to Europe and see my brother play because the season ended so early. And I told him this year I ain't going to be able to make it.
Yeah, Russell, Barry Trammell with the Oklahoma. You guys did a great job on Lillard in the first half. He didn't score until the last 75 seconds of the half. Were you pleased with the defense you played on him, and how did it change when he got going in the third quarter?
It's a good question. Not sure.
Then there's this, and it's not good, at least if you're a Thunder fan. When trailing 3-1 in a best-of-7 series, they are 0-12 in those series all time. Make matters worse, they haven't forced a Game 6 with a road win in a situation like this since 1997, when they were Kenny Mayne's Seattle Supersonics. Here we go, Warriors and Clippers in Game 4. Not a closeout game for Golden State because, you know, they couldn't close out Game 2 when they led by 30. Klay Thompson, he scored a total of 6 points combined in the first quarter of Games 1 through 3. Had 17 in this one. He hit his first 7 shots. On their off day, he went and jumped in the Pacific. Said he got his mind right. Kevin Durant, he's got his mind right there as well. Durant, Thompson, they team up for 46 points in the first half. Klay had 27. I'm going to call him Klay. I'm going to call him Klay. It was an 8-point Golden State lead, but the home team rallies up in the third. They're up 3 in transition. Here we go. Run, run, run. Danilo Gallinari, Montrezl Harrell open for the dunk, and the Clippers up 5. Their biggest lead of the game, and essentially, for all that celebration, it was a mirage. Less than 2 in the third. We're tied up. Steph Curry only had 12 in this game, but he made that one, and so the Warriors are up 3. 1-point gain. Thompson, hot hand, draws the attention. Comes around the pick, doesn't matter. Splashes one anyway. Now it's a 5-point game. We're watching Thompson. He's just running, keep moving, and then he does. Whoops, there's Andrew Bogut, former Bucks great for the lay-in. Draymond Green to Durant for the easy 2. It's an 8-point game. Time winding down on the shot clock. A Gallinari miss, corralled by Golden State. And Durant up to Andre Iguodala. AI's got that one. Doc needs a timeout. Curry almost throws that away. Gets it back. Whips it out to KD. KD had 33 in this one. Thompson had 32. And the Warriors take a 3-1 series lead after a 113-105 win.
I love their team. They're a young group that fights and scraps and plays together, plays hard. And, you know, I just told our guys in there, that's what we're going to see Wednesday, too.
They don't stop, man. They're one of those teams that's just going to make you feel them all game. And even when you go home after the game, you're going to be thinking about them because they're tough.
One thing I will say about our team is we will be ready. We'll show up. I can guarantee you that. This team has never not been that. And it would be nice to get back here. That's for sure.
We don't want to extend the series any longer than we need to because every game is so pivotal in the playoffs. And we'll give our fans a show. Redeem ourselves from last time we were in Oracle because we owe them one.
Sunday marked the 6th time over the past 3 postseasons that the Warriors featured multiple players scoring 30 in a game. That's the most by any team over that span. 3rd time those players were Durant and Thompson. And as you might suspect, Golden State is 3-0 in those games. You get guys scoring 30, that's a good thing. Celtic a chance to close out Indiana in 4 games. Boston finding its game here in the first round. Victor Oladipo, he's been out for quite some time, and his teammates are going to join him with a season ender, but not before Miles Turner does that. Little pump fake, and then the throwdown. Look how tall I am over Gordon Hayward. Pacers up 2 at half, 49-47. In the 4th, Celtics by 1. Marcus Morris, money. He finished with 18. The Celtics now up 87-83. Shot clock dying. There's Gordon Hayward. Look at Gordo. You can dunk on me, but I'm going to make it and draw a foul. He had 20 points in this one. Celtics up 7 after the free throw. We got more Hayward. He's going to nail a big 3 here. Celtics bench put up 49 points. Kyrie Irving on the former Butler Bulldog back in Indy means a lot.
They were throwing multiple bodies at me, making sure that the ball was out of my hands and making other guys beat us, and that person was Gordon Hayward. This is his city. You know, this is where he's from, and I'm glad that he had a chance to put on a performance like that in the closeout game that, you know, really means something to him.
Right, the truth. Pacers down 8, trying to stay in the game if they could. No. Irving keeps it alive, and Jason Tatum will finish it. He's all up in there with 2 hands. Chaminade pride one more time. Irving's teams are now 16-0 all-time in the first round of the playoffs. Wow. Yeah, some of that has to be played with LeBron, too. Celtics sweep the Pacers 110-106. Hayward, he's Indiana's a sycamore tree.
There's nothing worse than sitting there and not being able to play in the playoffs especially. And so to be able to be with my teammates, be a part of something like this where we got a chance to sweep the Pacers, and after everything that happened last year, and it makes it all worth it, no doubt.
Well, it doesn't feel like a sweep. You know, I got to tip my hat off to Indiana because, man, those guys really made us earn it every game. It wasn't only tonight, it was like every game.
I'm just happy that a lot of guys on this team got to experience what a sweep feels like. And now we get to rest for a few days and lock into the winner of Milwaukee-Detroit.
So this is the 6th time in franchise history that the Celtics swept the best-of-7 series. You figure as much history as they'd had, there'd be more.
3 more.
First since they won 4 straight over the Knicks in the first round 8 seasons ago. In 3 of the previous 5 instances, the Celtics would go on and win the NBA title. On the other side, Nate McMillan teams now 6 straight first-round playoff exits.
Magic Raptors, dinosaurs that do card tricks,
which is hard. They got the little arms.
They got the little. It's hard to do card tricks as opposed to just regular Raptors. Toronto trying to go up 3 games to 1. Fred VanVleet called for 3 seconds in the lane, and Nick Nurse is like, I thought he was fighting a yawn for a second.
Yeah.
But he's like, what? Did you just call 3 seconds for the first time since the late 80s on Bill Cartwright? He's in shock for 13 straight seconds. That's an NBA record formerly held by Del Harris. Hashtag Elias. Denny gets the steal. Lowry to Leonard. And yeah, that's shocking. That's a good kind of shocking to see Leonard with that kind of dunk. He's got large hands. He shouldn't be shocked. Does not smell like cabbage. Also enables him to go and one. Wow, he is strong with one hand. Raptors pulling things away here, playing good defense. They came in holding the Magic to 38% shooting. Here we go again. It's late 4th. Oh! Siakam has been absolutely on fire. The coaches, he's shocked the production he's getting from Siakam. Raptors go on to win it, and that's the Magic response. 3-1 series lead for the first time in franchise history. Yeah, they really make their fans nervous most of the time. Teams were tied at 31 early second, and then the Raptors put the pedal to the metal. Outscored Orlando by 16 points over the final 9.5 heading into halftime, including 9 from Kawhi, who now has multiple 30-point games in a single series for just the 2nd time in his career.
The third finished with 24, and indeed the Blazers, an easy winner here, 111-98. So feel free to dazzle your friends with this little nugget here. Lillard, big third quarter again, scored 25 in the third quarter of Game 3 and 15 in Game 4. So he's really good in Oklahoma City in those 12 minutes coming out of half. 40 of his 56 points over those 2 games came in that quarter. And now we're dropping in to get some lab work done.